Hello everyone! Well, I finally got around to making some time to do the crushing of those rocks I took from the couple of mine sites up there. So I have about 4 buckets full of rocks I'm going to crush today, and I'm going to set the gold cube and run the crushes separately through the gold cube and see if I can identify any gold values in any of them. Now my plan is, I've sort of got a mental idea of what the best one's going to be, what the worst one's going to be. I'm going to run the worst first, the one that has the least likelihood of having any gold in it. And that way, if I test it and find that there's no gold, I don't have to clean out the rock crusher to crush the next one. At any point, if I find gold in one of them, I have to clean it before I test the next sample, because I don't want to contaminate a sample with gold that wasn't there. So I'm going to start from the worst and go to the best, and test each one along the way. I'm actually only going to test 2 today. I'm only going to test 2 because I have to clean out the stuff from the Trout Creek. I have to classify it down and take out any of the topsoil that may have been in those rocks, because there could be some placer gold there. And to do that, I'm going to use water. I'm going to get them wet. It means I have to dry them out before I crush them. So I won't crush those today, just the 2 from the Jessie mine. Well, I got the rock crusher ready to go. I started it up, made sure it's running nicely. I have to get the vacuum cleaner on it so I don't create too much of a dust cloud here. And I got my pile of rocks ready to go. Should only take a few minutes to crush them all down. Okay, the last few ones here I have to take the sledgehammer to, just break them up into slightly smaller pieces. They're a bit too big to fit in, and then I can toss them in there and crush up the rest. Okay, here we go again. dust mask on for a while because it's still dusty for a bit. Okay, so there's the crush, about a half a bucket. Coming from a full bucket of rocks, gets about a half bucket of crush. There's still probably like a tenth of a bucket or so in the crusher, but I won't clean that out if I don't find gold in here. I'll just let it run on the next run. Got the cube set up here. I've already cleaned the mats and got everything ready to go. If you want more information on how to run the gold cube, you can always check out my other video. I've got a how-to video on the gold cube, just on my channel there. Now I've got my spiral wheel at the moment, cleaning up some cons from the last few prospecting trips of mine. I do have to steal the power from the wheel to run the cube. So unfortunately I gotta stop it mid-run. I'll come back once I got things running. Okay, there we go. Got things up and running. Looks like it's good, nice and level. Mostly. Water's nice and clean right now, but it will get very dirty very fast running crush like this. See the mud coming out instantly here. And I actually, it's a little bit high on one side. That's okay, not bad. I can put the camera down so you can sort of watch me fill all this stuff through. Can't quite hold it and do it at the same time. The gold cube forces the sand or the crush underwater, so you don't have to put it in wet. Because the geometry of the little traps in each one, it forces it twice to go underwater, so you don't have to worry about gold floating away on you. I need my dust mask though. Really nice consistency on this crush. I've got the 1/8 screen on the rock crusher right now, so things up to 1/8 can get through, but I don't see anything even 1/16 in here. Mostly down about, who knows, like 100 mesh and smaller. Yeah, careful. Quick look inside the machine here. Right there, it forces it, there's one up top. Right there you can see it forcing it to go down around a little part that's submerged, so the material has to go underwater. Really good. If I was ever out in the field doing this for a long period of time, maybe I want to run a real big sample from a place, I think I would try to set up the gold cube running with the rock crusher discharging into it. So it's all one process. I think I could make it so the dust would stay sort of sucked into the water here. And I think it would feed at pretty much the right rate if I just kept the rock crusher going. Starting to see a few more bigger rocks, 1/16 rocks now. If I was concerned about that, I would just sift it down to like 100 mesh, 50 mesh, something like that, and rerun the bigger stuff. I'm not concerned. Lucky the dust is blowing away. Looks like my camera timed out on me. Well, here we are. Oh, my memory's almost full. I only have a minute left of video time. I think I have another memory card in the camera bag. Just let it run for a few seconds now that I've run everything through. Clean it out a little bit. And then I'll do the proper cleanup. Okay, well, I found a new video card, which means I have some more video time. Memory card, I should say. I've shut the machine off. I'm going to start taking it apart and seeing what's inside there. Maybe. Ah, there we go. There we go. Okay, let's have a look at this top rack. I don't expect to be able to see anything here. As far as gold, if I do find gold, it's going to be pretty fine. It's going to be way down in those mats. But it looks good. Looks really good. Wash out the first mat and see what I find. So I only washed out the first mat, the top mat. That will give me a really good idea of what is here. The cube is unbelievably efficient. Find like 95% of my gold in the first mat, very little in the second. And some people use three layers of the cube. I can't imagine there'd be much left by the time it gets to the third. So I'm just checking the top mat. If I see a good amount here, I will go and clean the bottom and see what it holds. You can already see pyrites just poking through there. Lots and lots of pyrites. I rinsed this stuff a few times just so showing you this panning and the water wasn't too muddy. Yeah, that's basically all pyrite left in there now. It's a good sign. Okay, let's see. What's in the bottom of these pyrites? I'm going to put the camera down for a few moments here. Okay, so I just had a quick look there. A little disappointing, but not unexpected. There are a few tiny, tiny specks of gold in there, but they are very, very small. This is the upper adit. It's not supposed to have great material. So it's supposed to be the lower one. It's supposed to be the lower one that has the better stuff. I doubt the camera can pick those up. They're tiny. But that gives me an idea. Little tiny bit of gold there. Let's hope the lower one has some better. I'm going to go and start getting things ready to crush. Okay, here we go with round 2, crushing those 2 little buckets. I have very little material from this lower adit. It's I had to carry it up the hill, so I only took the best stuff I could find. I hope the camera was able to pick that up. There were all sorts of copper, green copper stainings, pyrites, galena, And a bunch of those pieces are just almost pure, what I think is a pyrrhotite, basically another form of iron sulfide. They're really, really heavy, just big mass of it. That was all the good stuff. Let's hope there had some good gold in there. I didn't change the water out. I think I can make one more run with this rusty, ugly water. I think I'll be fine. Again, I'm only worried about the top mat. I didn't even clean up the bottom mat after the last one. The top mat will tell me if there's gold. If there's gold, then we'll start thinking more about how to work this. Much different material. Rather than red, it's sort of this gray blue. And I can feel the weight in that shovel. Stuff weighs about twice as much as that first stuff. First batch was mostly just rusted quartz. There were some patches of pyrites and galena in the quartz, but mostly just quartz. This stuff here was some sort of copper ore, galena, pyrites, pyrrhotite, basically just iron, and quartz. But I can feel the difference in the shovel, how heavy it is. And again, it powdered really nicely. The assays from when they were actually running this as a mine say that there's actually quite a bit of gold in this lower adit. Quite a bit. I don't know if it's free milled or if it's locked up in those pyrites though, so let's hope there's at least some free milled. I did find some free milled gold on the top adit when I just dug the dirt out of those big tailings piles, mine dumps. I just took some dirt out of there and panned it out and found a few pieces of free milled gold just in the dirt. And that was the upper one. If you're watching this video and you haven't seen the first video of where we collected this material from, you should go back onto the channel there and find it. Maybe I'll even try to figure out how YouTube works and see if I can put a link in the video to that first one. We'll try that. Something I need to learn how to do anyways. Before I run the stuff from Trout Creek, I will have to clean up that rock crusher one way or the other, because a lot of this pyrite and pyrrhotite will still be in that rock crusher there, and I don't want to see that in the next sample. From Rock Creek there, or from Trout Creek there, I want to know exactly what the makeup of that rock is. If I see no metallics at all, I know not to even worry about that spot. So I don't want this stuff in that next sample. I obviously need more memory space in these cameras. This one's out as well. So I cleaned out the top tray and I'm about to pan that, and I'm gonna have to find more memory for this camera to record anything more. Okay, I found a working computer and managed to delete a bunch of files off my camera so I can record again. The lower adit at Jessie Mine did show gold. Probably 40-50 little specks of gold, but they're tiny. Typical of a hard rock crush. No way a camera's gonna pick them up there. Lots and lots. I'll see if I can get a picture of it. I'll push them all into a pile and try to get a picture of them. But tiny, one or two slightly bigger pieces. I see one of them right now. Focus. Come on, focus. Not gonna focus. Anyhow, so there is gold there. Not very much. It's tiny, but there is some free meal gold there, and there's probably lots tied up in those sulfides as well. So that was kind of fun. Got to use the rock crusher today, the gold cube. The spiral wheel's been going the whole time. I've just been slowly adding more and more and more cons to it, cleaning up stuff from the Thompson River. It's time now for me to get to work and start getting things cleaned up in here and get things ready for the students to come. Only have a couple weeks before school starts, and I want this course to be great, so I want everything just right for those students. Well guys, there's lots of related videos to this one. If you want to go back onto my channel and look, I'll try to leave links here in this video for you. There's a video on the rock crusher itself, a video on how to set up and use the gold cube, and also a video on us going and collecting those rocks that I crushed today. So yeah, go back and have a look at all those. And if you like this stuff, please like it on Facebook and subscribe to my channel. That'd be great. Well, off to do my real work. Until the next time.